lead off with the obvious. Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Tuesday, May the 12th, 2015. Our 65th day together, our 14th week in the saddle, one with another, having a big time telling you all about sports. And, again, we got an action-packed lineup going on today, no question. We got a lot of folks going to join us. We've got Jeff Birchfield, the Johnson City Press, going to give us a preview of the University High North Green softball game. Also talking about the All-Star race coming this weekend in Charlotte. Some folks say it's tired, worn out, needs to do something different. And we'll see what Birchfield's got to say about that. He's the NASCAR beat writer for the Johnson City Press. Zack Nave joins us later on. He is the national champion Milligan College cycling team. They won it over the weekend in Asheville, North Carolina. And Coach Nave will join us coming up in the second hour of the show. Richard Isaacs from Kingsport Cabinetry. Quiz show time. You got good? You feeling good? No. You're not feeling
For you?
good? Yeah.
No.
No. Okay. Why did you say that way? That kind of hurts. Don't you think I can win anymore? It's been
right now your track record is pretty sad.
Well, if you could zoom in on that, you would see 5 for me and 1 for you. We go through this every
like
day.
I said yesterday,
we go through
5 for 40.
We go through this every day. He beats me up, and I beat him up, but I'm right because I've got 5 for 40, but I still got 5.
Yeah, that 5 came in the first 2 weeks.
That's all right. But we're not going on percentage. We're going on outright wins.
Okay.
And I got 5. You got 1.
It's your show. We can do what you want.
All right, moving on. Anyway, Richard's going to try and stump me, which has not been hard of late, and he'll do that a little bit later on to the show. Ryan Wagner, baseball coach at Dobyns, Bennett, got a big win last night on the road at Sevier County. Where were you in the rains hit Johnson City last night?
I was at home.
Woo, lawsy mercy. Did it come down pretty good at your place?
It came down pretty good for a couple different spurts.
Yeah. Oh, it was hammer time. I was at a local restaurant. It was coming down in buckets. So, anyway, as a result of that, Science Hill played late, but they won. So did Dobyns Bennett. He was in Sevier County, and so we'll find out from Coach Wagner about the Indians' big win over Sevier County, setting up for the regional championship tomorrow night at Cardinal Park. Also, we're going to be hearing just in a few minutes from Rusty Wallace, NASCAR driver and now NASCAR television commentator, and also Martin Truex Jr. will join us later in the show. Young man who's having a heck of a year, and that's 78 ride in the Furniture Row Chevrolet. So that's all coming up. We start each and every show. We dedicate the show to the man who hung on the cross. We make no apologies about that. And today's verse is Acts 2, 25, 26, and 27. Because I'm at your right hand, you will not be shaken. Therefore, let your heart be glad, your tongue rejoice, live in hope. I will not abandon you or leave you. Whew, that's pretty strong there. You will not be shaken. Let your heart be glad, your tongue rejoice, live in hope, and I will not abandon you. So there you go. That's the verse of the day. All right, you know the obvious story we're going to start with, the old, they're calling it Brady Gate, what do they call it, Deflate Gate?
Deflate Gate.
Yeah, so, I'm already overhearing it. And here's the thing, last night, I'm flipping across Fox News, and it pops up here on the internet. And you made this good point Friday. We got ISIS, we've got the economy, we've got obviously some racial tension in this country. I mean, there's a myriad of things we could be talking about and focusing on, and probably far more important than Tom Brady and deflating some footballs. However, it's almost like the world stopped because Tom Brady was. Yeah. It's just amazing to me. We tell you each day on this show, or we haven't lately, but we'll tell you again today. In my opinion, I think he concurs. Sports is one spoke in the big wheel of life. Now, it's important to some folks, and maybe for the moment it's important, but to stop programming, to break in and say, Tom Brady's been found guilty, I think's a little much, quite frankly. But anyway, let's go through it. 4-game suspension. Your take on that? Not enough? Too much? What do you think?
If they leave it be,
won't.
I guess I can accept that. Okay, but they won't. Get it. He'll appeal it, and it'll go back to maybe a 2-game suspension. They'll also probably have that $1 million fine reduced, and they'll probably get one of the draft picks back.
Who's paying the $1 million fine, the Patriots or Brady himself?
The Patriots.
Okay. Why would they not take money out of his pocket?
Well, they are, but it's a 4-game suspension without pay.
Yeah.
So.
But you said this a while ago. We got ready for the show. That's like taking whatever the thing that is. What'd you say it came out to?
That's a drop in the bucket to him. I mean, it's going to be $1.8 million for 4 games. All right. But all the money he's made and all the endorsements, $1.8 million to him is a drop in the bucket to what we would consider $1.8 million being. I mean, I would cringe to have $1.8 million.
As they say back home, chump change. Yeah. So this guy's, I don't think did enough to him. Now, some folks would say they did too much. Some say leave him alone. I say 4 games not enough. Talking to one of our sponsors today, my buddy Tim Smith, he said, I would have got him for the whole season. Just set him down and made an example. And I would have started with 16 games. They would appeal it. Then they'd probably make him sit out. If you say the whole season, what would be the appeal? Half of them, 10 games out of 16? That's what I would do. Yeah. But anyway, they didn't ask me because I'm sitting here in East Tennessee. But I'm okay. You're okay. The league suspended the Super Bowl MVP. First 4 games of the season. Fined the Patriots $1 million. Took away 2 draft picks as punishment for deflating the footballs. Now, the guys got suspended. Did they get fired, the guys in the clubhouse? McNally and
indefinite suspensions.
There you go.
And that was by the NFL, so they probably can't even go to another team.
Yeah, Patriots will lose next year's first-round pick and a 4th-round choice in 2017. Brady will miss the season's showcase kickoff game against Pittsburgh, week 2 at Buffalo, home game against Jacksonville, and a game at Dallas. He'll return the week of a Patriots-Colts AFC Championship rematch in Indianapolis, which I thought was interesting. And that's the game that. Yeah, that's the game he deflated the balls on against the Colts. Yeah. So he's come back against them. So
I said this yesterday. It's 50-50 out there right now on people that are pro and con on what's going on what happened and what the outcome was. But this has nothing to do, absolutely nothing to do with the fact that those balls were deflated.
Yeah.
All right. This all has to do with the ethics and the morals and the integrity of the ball game, and people just overlook that.
Way to go. I'm with you right there,
and I'm sorry. If you're going to let it get by with that, they're going to get by with something else. And the Patriots have been getting by with, all kinds of stuff over the years. Spygate, now Deflategate. I mean, come on. Until they put the hammer down and Shula hit the nail on the head. He had a program that down in Miami still has the only NFL team that went undefeated and won the Super Bowl. Is that true? Well, wait, did New England do that last year?
Went undefeated?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, anyways, they had a team that did it. They did it the right way. They didn't have to cheat and cut corners to get there. And back then, you didn't have the state-of-the-art, facilities, state-of-the-art equipment. They went out there and beat each other to death and won the ball game.
Yeah.
So.
Now I'm depressed. Not really. So Tom Brady's in trouble. No, I don't think he's in trouble.
Oh, he ain't in trouble. He don't care.
No.
He's
laughing all the way to the bank.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. I mean, 4 games.
He's getting publicity
that he's never had before.
Yeah.
So, and so are the Patriots, for that matter.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway, that's the latest, and they're going to appeal it. And I'm like Horace. I would venture to say they'll be able to wiggle out of it and get a reduction in what they've originally said. That's why they set the bar high. They can come back and say, okay, we'll whack it in half or whack it whatever. They may not whack it at all. What'd really be cool is go, okay, we're going to increase it, which they'll never do. They're going to go backwards if anything. So stay tuned. That's the very latest with Tom Brady and Deflategate is what they're calling it, Bradygate or another round of Cheatgate.
Deflategate.
Cheatgate. So, all right, moving on. Let's go to the All-Star Race format coming up this weekend. You can still, we've told you about this, you can still vote through Friday. By the way, Gator, thank you. Gator says, I got faith in you, just not with the quiz show. Thank you, Gator. That's awful sweet of you. That's nice. Hello, by the way, to Big Swami Daniel in Johnson City. And my man Ken Archer is working at the Big E. I had dinner with him last night, and he likes the show, and we appreciate that very, very much. He was very complimentary of the show, and thank you, Kent. And Kent's a good guy. All right, you can still vote, NASCAR.com/sprint fan vote. Let's try that again, NASCAR.com/sprint fan vote through Friday. Here's the format. They've changed it. They've tweaked it again, trying to get some folks in there to watch this thing. And so they're going to be competing for $1 million prize awarded to the winner. And so here's the new format. Former prior to this change, former NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race winners and NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champions were eligible only if they accomplished the feat within the previous 10 seasons. Now there's letting anybody who's won this thing they're in. All right. The 5-segment race will increase by a total of 20 laps. First 4 segments each scheduled for 25 laps compared to 20. The final 10-lap shootout, the race now totals 110 laps. 10-lap shootout's not enough because the time you get cranked up, you can't really get rolling on 10 laps on a super speedway like Charlotte. So a lot of the drivers are saying 10 laps. If you lead that 10-lap shootout, there's a better than average number or percentage you're going to win the entire thing. They said make it longer, but NASCAR said no. All right, so it's going to be 20 drivers coming in for this All-Star race. Currently, 17 drivers are eligible with 3 additional spots available. 2 of those reserved for the segment winners. Whew, it's complicated. 2 of those are reserved for the segment winners from the 2 20-lap sprint showdown segments beginning on Friday night at 7 o'clock. So there's going to be a winner out of each one of those. That'll be your 18th and 19th. And the final spot belongs to the Sprint fan vote winner. Again, you go to NASCAR.com/Sprint fan vote. And so that final spot belongs to the Sprint fan vote winner. So what are the odds that Danica Patrick will be in this, do you think? Do you think? Do you think Smoke's going to be in it?
Smoke will be in it. He won one. Yeah. He's in it.
I knew that'd get him. Go ahead.
Danica, I think it's 50-50.
Yeah. Here's the folks going to be in the race. Right now, the 17 drivers, A.J. Allmendinger, this is alphabetically, Eric Almirola, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, who won't be there. I don't know who's going to pinch it for him.
I've got a scoop for you, big guy.
All right. On Kyle Busch?
On Kyle Busch.
All right, hold that thought. Kyle Busch Jr. will be in, Carl Edwards, Jeff Gordon, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Casey Kane, Matt Kenseth, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Jamie McMurray, who won it last year, Ryan Newman, Tony Stewart. All these guys are in. I don't know if that number 17 is going to be 17 guys that are in the field. 3 more to add, and you have a scoop on Kyle Busch.
I've got a scoop on Kyle Busch. As of 12:05 p.m., sportingnews.com, an article by Jeff Owens. Kyle Busch to make a fitting return in the Sprint All-Star race.
Coming back this weekend.
Coming back this weekend.
Nah.
It's only fitting that Kyle Busch make his dramatic return to the Sprint All-Star race Saturday night. Busch, who suffered a broken leg and broken foot in the crash in Daytona, will race for the first time this season in the Saturday night shootout.
They had a compound fracture. His bone sticking out of his leg at Daytona.
It makes sense for Busch to return in the All-Star race. It's the perfect opportunity for him to test his leg and injury before next week's Coca-Cola 600.
90 days. He's been out 90 days, and you think his leg's mended? I don't think it is.
Well,
I'm not a doctor, but I don't think it is.
I'm just telling you, this is what this is on the Sporting News.
Wow. He's coming back this weekend.
Coming back this weekend.
I don't see it, but there again, I'm not a doctor, but when you have the bone sticking out of your leg, and that was just 90 days ago, and a lot of folks go through rehab, plus he broke his left foot. I mean, he got mangled up pretty good. So now is this speculation, or is this guy thinks he's coming back? Who was it, Jeff Owens, the writer?
Jeff Owens is the writer. Yeah. It doesn't say anything about speculating. It says Busch and Suffolk will race for the first time this season in the Saturday night shootout. All
right, we'll see. He's eligible to be there, obviously. Now, if he doesn't, what happens? So he gets real sticky. Who do you stick in his place? Because he's earned the right. Do you leave him out, or you stick somebody, a substitute driver like Eric Jones, who did very well at Kansas?
I don't know. I'm just
yeah.
But I scooped you.
Yeah.
I found out before you did.
Yeah, because I don't believe it. So I just don't see how he's going to physically be able to come back. I mean, the guy's leg, the bone was hanging out of his leg. I've said it 3 times, but it was a compound fracture, and he broke his left foot, which obviously runs the clutch, and his right foot, the bone sticking out of it less than 90 days ago. He's Superman if he comes back. So I think the guy's just speculating. I think he's writing that so you and I will be sitting there talking about it on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. I'm thinking Daytona.
I'll look around and I'll see if there's any more.
All right. I'm thinking Daytona. Now, I can see him come back Daytona. That's another, July 4th weekend. That's another 60 days to get mended up. I can see that. I can't see him come back 90 days after what he went through. But, there again, I'm in no way a medical professional or expert, but it was pretty gory what I saw. All right, A.J. Allmendinger agrees to a 5-year deal, JTG Daugherty Racing, single team. A.J. Allmendinger revealing to media members that he has signed an extension to his driver agreement. He'll make the driver of the 47 Chevy SFs for at least through the 2020 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series season. So he's in for another, another 5-year sign-up. So A.J. Allmendinger is in. He has different sponsors. Kroger, by the way, stepping up to be more of a prominent sponsor on his car. The Kroger Company's news is sponsoring the team for multiple years, starting with 17 races this season, 24 next year, got everybody buzzing in the camp. Kroger, one of many great partners of JTG Daugherty Racing, such as Bush Beans, Charter Spectrum, Clorox, Freightliner, Glad, Sandwich Bags, Hidden Valley, Hungry Jack, Kingsport Charcoal, Scott Products, and Shore Lunch. So Kroger is going to be on in a bigger way, and so as a result, JTG Daugherty comes out and says, A.J. Allmendinger signing on for a 5-year agreement to drive that car. You keep pointing to the screen. Here we go.
NASCAR.com.
Confirming it?
Confirming it.
Really?
Yes.
My boy's back.
Your boy's back.
Oh, booyah, he's back. Kyle Busch is back this weekend.
Yep. I'm printing this page for you.
There you go. I want to see that. You're very good. You're very kind over there, lad. It's the Tom Dudley Sports Show coming up. We're going to be checking in with Ryan Wagner in a few minutes. Again, the head baseball coach of Dobyns Bennett. Let's run down how things went in baseball and softball yesterday after a 2-hour delay last night in baseball at Cardinal Park in Johnson City. It came down in buckets, I'm here to tell you. Science Hill goes on to beat Cherokee. Dobyns Bennett beats Sevier County 6-1. Granger and Unicoi County got rained out. They'll play that one today. Sullivan South wins. They're in the regional championship. They beat Greenville 3-1 in Greenville. In Single A, North Green over Cosby 9-0. South Green doubles up Hancock County 4-2. Again in Tennessee baseball. Now, today in Southwest Virginia, Gate City plays at Lee. Union will be at Y Central. Twin Springs hosting Rye Cove. Thomas Walker at Castlewood. And J.I. Burton will be at Eastside today in high school baseball. And again, Granger, Unicoi County rained out last night. They will come back and play tonight. All righty, here we go. Kyle Busch will return to the number 18 Joe Gibbs Racing NASCAR Sprint Cup Series ride Saturday in the All-Star race. 30-year-old suffered a compound fracture of the right lower leg and a left midfoot fracture on an accident February the 21st in the season-opening Xfinity Series race at Daytona. He's been out. The crash forced Busch out of his primary Sprint Cup ride for the first 11-point races of the season. He is eligible for the non-points invitation on the basis of his victory March 2014 at Auto Club Speedway in California. So 2 surgeries, extensive physical therapy since the accident. Busch met media for the first time April 15th. All right, so we knew that. We covered that for you. Let's see. Busch return comes at a time of major life changes. He and his wife Samantha await the birth of the first child later on this month. So we go on here. Let's see what else you want me to read. Let's see. There again. I'll believe it when I see it, because that is February the 21st. Hadn't even been 3 months yet. The guy with a compound fracture. But anyway, I guess he wouldn't put this out unless it's happening. So apparently Kyle Busch is back in the ride come Saturday night at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And, that seems to be that's where it's headed. So guess you're right. Do you feel better? You're gloating over there. You're gloating. You scoop me. So you feel better?
I feel better.
There you go. Feel better. You scoop me.
You're a man. I mean, this is the guy you follow.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But I don't follow him that much because I didn't believe he would be back this soon.
I predicted the Pepsi,
Daytona.
Firecracker 400.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I predicted.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Daytona. That'd be February to July. What is that? 2 to 7. It's 5 months. That I can see that. I still don't see it Saturday night. Now he may get in there and go a lap or two and go, I can't do this. But there again,
he may get in there and find out 125 laps, and you got those breaks in between. So it's not 125 laps consistent.
Mm-hmm.
But the Coca-Cola 600 is a whole different ball game. So
yes. That's a long
race, so he may or may not be back for that.
Maybe testing the waters. Anyway, Kyle Busch is back this weekend for the race, and the horse scooped everybody, including me. So that makes him feel good. Softball, Seymour beat Science Hill 4-3. Jefferson County over Volunteer 5-2. So the Lady Hilltoppers are gone. Volunteers gone. In the AA game, Unicoi County and Granger got started, but the rains hit Irwin, and that was suspended, being picked back up this afternoon with Unicoi County leading 1-0. Greenville beat Happy Valley 2-1. Greenville moves on to the AA softball. And single A, University High beat Washburn 11-0 on a perfect game. We'll talk about that in a moment. North Green over Cosby 19-7. Those two will play today in the single A regional softball championship. Now, we've got soccer tonight. AAA soccer, Sevier County at Science Hill. Dobyns Bennett goes to Morristown West. And single A, AA, Berean Christian will play at Elizabethton, and University High goes to Greenville. In single A, AA soccer, this is regional semifinals tonight in Northeast Tennessee. So that's what's happening there in soccer and in softball and in baseball. Now, University High compliments the John City Press. Must give them proper due. University High withstood Washburn in a 68-minute weather delay. Rain in Johnson City last night. 11-0 win. Combined perfect game by Lexi Crowthers, Crouthers, Open Center, Cruthers or Crowthers, and Molly Coey, or Cowie, I guess it's Cohee, Molly Coey and Lexi Crowthers, hope I'm saying it right. In the Region 1A softball semifinals at East Tennessee State University, Crowthers threw the first 4 innings, struck out 9 of the 12 batters she faced. Then Molly came on and worked a perfect fifth. They win it in a 5-inning slaughter rule, 11-0. They now move on for a 3:30 first pitch this afternoon against North Green. They'll play today ahead of looks like some more rain coming in here maybe this afternoon. So how about that? That's what's going on. We need to take a break with some of our fine sponsors, Mike's Medicine Mart and some of the others that we've got lined up. Our sponsors, by the way, would include Bracken Asphalt Maintenance, Wealth Street Management, Center Street Wealth Street, no, Wealth Management, Center Street Group, Wells Fargo. But you remember it? Remember what it is? No. Base Mountain Park, Mike's Medicine Mart, Cherokee Barbershop, Bristol Motor Speedway and Dragway, American Import and Auto Repair, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, Kingsport Cabinetry, Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, Book Lovers Warehouse, and our thought for the day coming from our buddy Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance. Coming up next, good news if you like fishing in Northeast Tennessee. Good news is coming our way. We'll tell you all about that coming up next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics has been recognized as the area's leading orthotics and prosthetics provider, specializing in providing high-quality prosthetics and equipment for patients who want to regain their independence, their mobility, and their confidence. They take pride in their commitment to you as a patient and look forward to serving you in the years to come. Family-owned for 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. In Kingsport on Broad Street, in Bristol, Tennessee on Highway 126, in Greenville, Tennessee on Justice Drive, and in Pounding Mill, Virginia on Short Street. 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. And beginning June 1st, Kingsport Brace and Limb and Greenville Orthotics and Prosthetics will continue to serve you as Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. A new name, the same family. 1-800-524-4447, Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics.
Most folks think batteries only go bad in wintertime. Blaine Turner from American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City says batteries go bad in hot weather, too.
It is a very common thing to happen. Some issues I would give you that if you feel this happens to you, definitely bring it in, get it checked out. Would be if you go out, seems kind of sluggish on the start, still start it, but if it seems sluggish, that's something to have checked out. You could have a bad battery. Say you go out one time and it kind of clicked for a second, then you start it again and it started right up. That's another issue that you could have signs of a battery. Again, don't let yourself be the one to get caught out. If you have one of these issues, come by, immediately. Let us check it out. Something that takes us, 10 minutes at max to do. We'd be glad to do it, tell you where you're at, what you're looking at, because it's better to be stuck here where we can take care of you or stuck out where you've got to call somebody and pay to have it towed or something of that sort.
American Import and Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City. Call today at 913-3111.
The savings continues the month of May at Mike's Medicine Mart in Kingsport. All Nature's Way product lines 20% off. Alive Calcium for healthy bone strength. Saw palmetto extract for healthy prostate support. Blood sugar, products supporting healthy blood sugar levels. Vitamins, multi, vitamin C, B complex, all 20% off the month of May. The entire product line of Nature's Way, 20% off the month of May. Make tracks to Max. Nature's Way product line, 20% off the month of May. Make tracks to Max at Mike's Medicine Mart, Center Street in Kingsport.
All right, on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, again, an article in the Johnson City Press This is good news if you're a fisherman, fisher person, ladies and gents. U.S. Senator Lamar Alexander announcing a permanent funding fix for 3 regional trout hatcheries in the state of Tennessee and also in North Carolina and in Georgia, including the Irwin National Fish Hatchery, in which the Tennessee Valley Authority, TVA, Tennessee Valley Authority, will reimburse the facilities $1 million a year to stay in operation. Alexander helped broker a deal to make this happen, and so what it means, 1 million trout will be released each year into Tennessee waters. Good news for fishermen and the businesses that serve them. Thanks to the TVA board, it was their decision. So that's neat stuff. So TVA steps up and says we're going to take care of that. There's also the Chattahoochee Forest National Fish Hatchery in Georgia, and also a facility in Salina. Salina, Tennessee, Irwin, Tennessee, and the Chattahoochee Forest National Fish Hatchery in Georgia, providing trout for stocking in TVA lakes in Tennessee and in Georgia. You a trout fisherman?
I'm more of a bass. I got to stay in a boat. Nah, I don't wade in the rivers too much.
All right. 1 million trout being released each year into Tennessee waters. Good news for fishermen and the businesses that serve them. Thanks again to the TVA board, their decision to make that happen. So we're now going to have 1 million more fish every year now in the waters in Tennessee, thanks to U.S. Senator Lamar Alexander and some other folks made that happen, including the TVA. All right, what else going on in the world of sports on this Tuesday? What else going on? Anything jumping out at you over there that you want to chat on? Barry Bonds mad at me.
Yeah, Barry Bonds.
Do we have to?
Barry Bonds is going forward with a case accusing the Major League Baseball teams of collusion. In other words, the all-time home run king, he's going ahead with a case against MLB regarding his claim of collusion by teams that prevented him from obtaining a playing job following the 2007 season.
Now, why are we waiting now, 8 years later?
Well, he had to wait till his case went through Balco. The case, when performance-enhancing drug distribution stuff, the U.S. Court of Appeals finally reversed his 2011 felony conviction of obstruction of justice in that case. So now that that's over with and his grievance process has gone through the mill, he is now going to sue, saying, "Hey, I tried to come back. I wanted to play for somebody. Nobody would pay me to play." And he says they all got together and ganged up on him and said, "No, we don't want him."
Where's your crybaby thing? Jiminy Christmas! All the teams teamed up on him, wouldn't let him play.
Right. That's what he's saying.
The all-time home run hitter, they wouldn't let him play. Yeah. Really? Go ahead and hit it. Let's get it over with. Come on, Barry. Get it out, Bubba. Get it out. Come on. There you go. Go to mommy. Go to daddy. Stay away from me. There you go. Barry Bonds crying. All right. All right, another day, another update. Everett Golson, we told you last week, Notre Dame quarterback transferring, so I'm out of South Bend looking for a new home, so that he has narrowed down his choice of schools, Tennessee not being one of those. Florida State, Alabama, South Carolina, and an unnamed Pac-12 school are making the cut. So he's down to 4 schools, Florida State, Alabama, South Carolina, and 1 unnamed Pac-12 school all making the cut. If you look at these numbers, the guy he wasn't overly – I mean, he's all right, but he wasn't a world beater. So Golson will not be released to any school that Notre Dame plays on the 2015 schedule. That frees up the schools we just told you. And, SC schools are in the mix for graduate transfers thanks to a ban getting lifted last May. He's already graduated from Notre Dame. He'll likely need some help from Notre Dame because of his academic issues, and his suspension in 2013. He is from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina originally, but he had some some academic issues, and he had a suspension in 2013. This will be Everett Golson. So, again, Alabama, Florida State, South Carolina appears to be the front runners for his services. Would you take a chance on him?
No.
Okay. Why not?
There's just too many other candidates out there to take his place that have kept themselves clean and aren't going to be an issue potentially or otherwise. So. Yep. I'm just, it's not worth the risk. I mean, I could care less.
Yeah.
I mean, give me somebody that's, squeaky clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's had suspension, academic problems, leaving Notre Dame. Lack of playing time apparently is his problem, so he's moving on. And so those are the schools looking for him. Now, this one just popped up. Did Tiger Woods and Lindsey Vonn break up because he cheated on her? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
She'll never tell.
No, I bet she will, too.
Well,
I bet she will,
if it comes
too.
around, she's already made a statement that she went out, she left him because she wants to concentrate on her Olympic aspects here,
And I would tell you bull hockey, so go ahead. There's more to it than that. I knew there was. But go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, I just think, she's probably more of a class act than he is.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm see you later. I'm out of here. And
Yeah.
she said what she said, and that's enough.
Yeah.
So she made her statement by walking away.
Yep. Big Cat cheated on Lindsey Vonn, which led to the breakup. So says, coming out of an article out of the Daily Mail. I don't know how reputable that particular. Is that me?
That's you.
Not anymore. He had a relapse, apparently. And so Lindsey found out about women again, always while he's on the road. And so Tiger, again, gets dumped, apparently. He withdrew from the Farmers Tournament. You have to understand, while it's not right, it's not really wrong either. Tiger isn't married, doesn't really drink or do drugs, so what else do you have when he can't afford to lose again? He's allowed to find some relief with ladies. There you go. So apparently Lindsey Vonn caught him cheating, and so she said, see ya, I'm gone. So at least that's what they're reporting. This is purely speculation sitting here in East Tennessee, but the Daily Mail, and they quote some folks that are in and around the couple that said, yeah, they got some problems being honest. So
honesty is not one of his virtues.
Yeah. And it's sad. We sit over here and talk. We talked about this earlier today. One of my buddies. We're talking about Mayweather or Pacquiao lying about him being hurt for the boxing match. You got Jameis stealing crab legs, and you got Brady now doing his thing. I mean, it's just sad that
there's no honesty in sports anymore.
No, and it's not going to get any better. It's in the book. In the last days, it's not going to get any better. Integrity's going to go down the tubes. People are going to do. I would preach to you, but I'm not. But it's not going to get any better.
It's all about the money.
Yeah. Kyle Busch to return to racing this weekend in the All-Star race. It's now become official at 12:51. It's broke. The story's he's in.
I had
but
it.
Horace broke it. Horace broke it at 12:05. So Horace has scooped the national media. There you go.
Well, I broke it at 1:05.
Yeah.
12:05 is when I saw it on the web.
All right. So anyway, Kyle Busch is back this weekend for the running of the All-Star race in Charlotte. Speaking of, Rusty Wallace, former driver and NASCAR commentator, my man, he's excited now. This is the same guy a couple of weeks ago said, man, ain't nothing like Bristol. So this is where you get into, I heard him say it, man, ain't nothing like Bristol. Bristol is the place to go, the excitement, the buzz. And now you're about to hear that he is really jacked up about the All-Star race and the buzz in Charlotte.
I can't remember a year that nobody's not look forward to coming to this race. They all want to come here, and they think about it. And they think about it because it is no points. The points is the big deal. It's a shorter race and no points and a whole lot of money. So that's exciting. But what's really exciting is the atmosphere. I don't think you could find an atmosphere like this anywhere. You get here on the night of the race, and the place is sold out. Sparks are flying off the cars. The people are going crazy. It's just incredible high-intensity atmosphere. It's something that's you really want to be involved in. It's exciting.
Now, Rusty, with all due respect, and I like you to a point, but with all due respect, ain't nothing tops the Urban Tools Night Race at Bristol. Now, I'm just going to tell you. Now, the Charlotte Plus, the crowd, it's sold-out crowd. There's problems getting folks in there. Therein is why they're continuing to tweak the format, because they're losing fans. They're not coming out in the droves like they used to. It's kind of tired, worn-out format. Now, part of the speculation or part of what folks want to do, Jenna Fryer had a good article in one of the local papers, the AP NASCAR beat writer. She says to get the interest, and Marcus Smith said, this guy is Bruton's son, who's now heading up all the different properties, including Bristol Motor Speedway. He said, I'll put $2 million on the table to the winner if NASCAR takes out everything, all the rules, all the regulations, baby. Just get out there and you go, and forget setups, forget the best guy drives that car. You win it, I'll give you $2 million. And they're I don't know if it's going to happen this year because we're so close now, but they're looking at that for next year, that $2 million, baby, just let it all hang out.
Well, in years past, it was closer to that than you think, because one year you would have Ford dominated, another year you'd have Chevy dominated.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, each team tried to one-up each other every year, and the cars got better, And that trickled down into our production models for our street rides.
Yep.
And the cars in general got better and became better because of this competition. Now they're all equal. And it makes
cookie cutter.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I agree with that. I said, let them go at it.
Marcus says it's just like his father's. I liked it. I thought, I wonder how this guy's going to be. Well, I think he's showing his colors. He's a maverick. He says, guys, throw it out there, $2 million, and we'll go. Take out all the rules, all the regs, and put them on the track, and the best one wins. I'll give him $2 million. He said the fans will pour in there. And the other thing they brought up, or Jennifer Fryer brought up in this article, and I've said this, I had Dale Jarrett on the Bristol Live show a year ago at the Speedway. He said it, why don't you rotate the All-Star game, or the All-Star race, not the game, the race. Why don't you bring it to Bristol? Can you imagine the All-Star race in Bristol in July? Man, you talking about a heck of a night. Get them in here, bumping and banging, and put $1 million out there and say, boys, if you can survive the last great Coliseum.
Oh, they'd have to change the rules again, though.
I don't think so.
Well, 25 laps at Bristol won't last very long.
Oh, I thought you meant from the format. Yeah, from that standpoint, you'd have to tweak it up a little bit, but maybe add some laps, but still. Put it out there and say, boys. Yeah. And I think not just in Bristol. I think they ought to rotate the race. Put them in some of the marquee tracks that have been there, that have earned the right to have it, like a Darlington, a Bristol. Of course, it's already at Charlotte. Yeah. Some of the older tracks, Atlanta, that have earned the right to have this race, they ought to rotate them. I think that's a no-brainer. Why do they have it in Charlotte? I think from convenience, because most of them, not all of them, but most of the teams are based in and around Charlotte. So, anyway, get ready because Rusty Wallace is going to be jacked up, going to be exciting, and we'll see. Now, you can still vote, as we told you, through Friday night at 7 o'clock. Go to NASCAR.com/Sprint Fan Vote. You can vote until then, until 7 o'clock on Friday night. The winner of the Sprint Fan Vote will be announced in the victory lane following the conclusion of the Sprint Showdown on Friday night. Now, how does that work? If you're out there doing the Sprint Showdown and you're not, well, okay, you're going to be one of the Sprint Showdown people, will be one of the ones. Never mind. They're going to be out there racing. So they will have already gotten some laps on the track, and one of the folks in the Sprint Showdown will be announced to the fans that have been voted in to race on Saturday night. Now, here's what happens here. If one of the Sprint Showdown winners, it's those two segments, if one of those two winners also ends up being the Sprint Fan Vote winner, all right, you win one of the Sprint Showdown, you don't know if you're in or not, and all of a sudden, hey, by the way, Horace, we voted Horace, say the fans what Horace said. Well, then what happens?
Oh, there's probably some fine print down there that they're one of them that it rotates to the next vote getter.
You got it. So you're probably right. They've got it covered. All right, quick break. We'll be right back. It's time now for the quiz show. We'll have Richard Isaacs due to join us coming up next. See if I can go 5 for 5 and come out of this hole. I'm in a rough patch. Do a little sports quiz show coming up next. See how I do on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that home insurance can keep your stuff covered even when it's not at home? Or that collisions with wildlife on the road may not be covered? And what if you didn't know you could be liable for any accidents on your property? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show again on this Tuesday. Thank you for being with us. May 12th, 65th day of our fun and frolic, and we do appreciate you very much being with us. Now, we got baseball happening right now at Hunter Wright Stadium. The NAIA Baseball National Championships opening round. 11 o'clock this morning, LSU Alexandria taking on Judson. At 2:30 this afternoon, Lindsey Wilson out of Tennessee takes on Freed Hardeman. And Lindsey Wilson is not out of Tennessee, by the way. Freed Hardeman is. And then at 6 o'clock tonight, number one seed in the whole tournament, Tennessee Wesleyan, taking on the winner of Game 1 between LSU Alexandria and Judson. So they got to come right back and play again. They'll play today, tomorrow, Thursday, and an outright champion on Friday, and the double elimination tournament being held at Hunter Wright Stadium in Kingsport. So that's what's going on there. Now, college baseball top 10 this week. Here we go. You ready for nicknames? Number one team in the land, LSU.
Tigers.
Illinois.
Illini.
Fighting Illini.
Oh, give me a break.
Number 3, Louisville.
Cardinals.
4th is UCLA.
Bruins.
5th is TCU.
Horned Frogs.
Love it. Love me some Horned Frogs. Number 6, Texas A&M.
Aggies.
Number 7, Miami.
Hurricanes.
Number 8, Florida State.
Seminoles.
Number 9, Florida.
Gators.
Number 10, Vanderbilt.
Commodores.
All right, and in the poll for the first time this week, and it's Notre Dame. We know what that is. So, anyway, who is Radford? Radford's ranked 30th. What's her nickname?
Beats me.
Radford Highlanders.
Highlanders.
There you go. One. South Alabama.
Sounds like a car.
South Alabama.
I don't know. You're talking some schools at
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
All right.
Okay.
Arkansas.
Razorbacks.
Houston.
Houston.
University of Houston.
Oh, man. That slips me.
Cougars.
There
you go.
And it was a cat. I couldn't think of the cat.
College of Charleston.
No idea.
Chanticleers.
Chanticleers?
Yes.
What the heck is that?
It's a rooster.
It's a rooster?
Yeah, Chanticleer. Absolutely, it's a rooster. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so anyway.
How'd you like to go out and be fighting as a rooster?
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Chanticleers. Yep. So anyway, top 10 in college baseball this week, voted on by coaches, sports writers, and sports information directors. National Hockey League, how are things going there? Tonight they escape Montreal, the Canadiens, and Tampa Bay against the Lightning. Tampa Bay leads that series 3-2. The baseball update on our Redlegs are 4-6 this month. Not going well in Cincinnati. Last night, 42,319 capacity. How many think were there last night? It was not a sellout, not even close. 42,000 will sell it out. What do you think? How many think were there in Cincinnati?
At the
Reds and the Braves. Reds lost again, 2-1.
12,300.
Higher.
15,000.
Higher. Get one more guess.
17,000.
Higher.
Well.
19,881, but still not even half full. So say what they want in Cincinnati. You are 13. Let's see, where are they? 13 and 17. I guess you know I'm down on them. So 13 and 15 and 17. They're 2 under 500, and they are drawing half of a stadium now for the Atlanta Braves, which should be a pretty good draw, being a Southern team. You would think it'd be a pretty good draw between the Braves.
Well,
and
in
the
their
Reds.
defense, it was a Tuesday night. No, Monday night.
No, I'm not defending them. They're not doing it. They ain't getting it done, and the Reds fans are responding. Turnstiles aren't clicking. So, anyway, there you go. Now, who else won last night? You had Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Milwaukee, the Cubbies all get W's. Baltimore, the Yankees, Milwaukee, Texas all get W's in the American League that we have for you. So, there you go. That's what's happening in Major League Baseball. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, getting ready for the Crazy Eights Road Race coming up in July here in Kingsport of the Tri-Cities. Crazy Eights Road Race coming again on July the 11th. It's part of Kingsport's Fun Fest. Did you hear the groups are coming to town?
No, haven't heard that yet.
Band Perry.
Band Perry.
Band, not bad. Band.
I know Band Perry.
You said Bad Perry.
I did not.
Band Perry from Greenville's coming.
You can't hear anyways. You got to turn up the volume.
By the way, it's too low over there. I can't hear anything.
Is that better?
Woo, that's a lot better. That's a little too loud there. Okay, thank you.
Too loud.
All right. Anyway, they're coming to town. Let's who's the other group? Gosh, I can't remember the Fun Fest. Why'd I go down this road? Fun Fest group. Band Perry, Toby Mac, think's coming.
Oh, Toby Mac will be good too.
I think. I'll have to check on that in a second. Anyway, let's go back to this because I went down the trail that I shouldn't have gone down because I can't remember. Would you type in funfestplease.com and give me the groups while I'm reading this? 25th anniversary of the Crazy Eights Road Race. It's a brand new concept. Really cool. It's called the Crazy Eights Race to Raise Charities. First time in the history of the event, Crazy Eights will give back to multiple nonprofit groups. These have been selected as the official Crazy Eights Race to Race charities here in the first year. American Cancer Society, Sullivan County Humane Society, Niswonger Children's Hospital, the Wellmont Foundation Heart Fund, Meals on Wheels of Kingsport, the March of Dimes, Appalachian Senior Center, Wounded Warrior Program, and the Sullivan Central Cougar Band. Very easy to do this. Crazy Eights Race to Race charities will promote and recruit people to sign up for either the Crazy Eights 8K Run, the 3K Moonwalk, or the Little Eight Youth Run on their behalf. Based on the number of registrants, you register for the Crazy Eights, you pick these charities. It's on their website. You pick the charity under crazyeights.org, by the way, is the website. And you pick the charity you want to run for or walk for. And the first charity, the most entrants, gets $2,500. The second gets $1,500. The third gets $1,000. The fourth gets $500. And 5 through 9 places get $250 each. Really cool event. It's called Race to Raise Charities, and all you have to do is go to the website Crazy Eights with the number 8, crazyeights.org, and all that information's there. It's called the Race to Raise Charities. We have the honor of being the MC for this event. Love it. And so July the 11th, which is not that far away. So, again, go to the website crazyeights.org. And, again, when you register for either the walk or the run, the Crazy Eights race, you can select one more time out of these following charities: Sullivan Central Cougar Band, Wounded Warrior Program, Appalachian Senior Center, the March of Dimes, Meals on Wheels, the Wellmont Foundation Heart Fund, Niswonger Children's Hospital, the Sullivan County Humane Society, or the American Cancer Society. And there you go. All right. Who's coming?
All right. Fun Fest. The Summer Concert Series. Toby Mac will kick off the series on Thursday, July 16th.
Got that right.
Brandon Heath will open up for him.
Okay. That's on Thursday.
Followed by Thompson Square and David Nail on Friday, the 17th. And the finale will be the band Perry on Saturday, July the 18th.
Toby Mac, Thompson Square, and the band Perry out of Greenville. Should be a pretty good lineup there. So tickets are on sale now at funfest. What'd you get? Funfest.net?
I just typed in Funfest 2015 and it came up. Echo Smith will be opening up for the band Perry.
Toby Mac, pretty good group.
Yeah. Toby Mac is a single guy.
Yeah. No, I thought he had a backup band.
Well, he may, but I mean, Toby Mac is Toby Mac.
Oh, I know that, but he has a band comes with it.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
it's Toby Mac and the Wipeouts or whatever. That's good. Come on, give me some taters. You like that, or you're cackling. Toby Mac's coming in Thompson Square. They are a duo, of course, with a band behind them. Yep. Then the band Perry is a trio. Uno, dos, tres.
Sister and two brothers.
Yeah.
From Greenville, Tennessee.
Right down the road. That place will be rocking on Sunday. That may be the biggest crowd ever.
Maybe.
Biggest crowd ever. And they've had big crowds at FunFest, no question.
Toby Mac will bring them in, too, now.
Yeah.
So.
With his backup band.
With his backup band.
All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get my man on the air here and get him ready for the quiz show. That'll be our buddy Richard Isaacs from Kingsport Cabinetry. So, see if we can. Okay. One ringy-dingy. Used to do the cash call when I was in Florida. This is one ringy-dingy. Here's two ringy-dingies.
Hello?
There he is. He's our buddy Richard Isaacs from Kingsport Cabinetry live on the air. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Good. You all right, Tom?
Oh, I can't complain. I'm just living the dream. How's everything going on? Apparently pretty busy at Kingsport Cabinetry. Are you rocking and rolling right now?
Yeah, we're real busy right now, Tom. Like I say, when you called me earlier there, I was a little bit busy, so I appreciate you calling me back. But we have been real busy, and we're thankful for that.
Residential and commercial, is that correct?
That's correct. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Tell me some things you're doing right now with folks out there listening. How can you help them? And you're a phone call away. What are some of the things you're doing right now?
We're doing some new construction, which would be cabinets, kitchen cabinets, bathroom cabinets. We're doing some countertop renovations, taking out people's old countertops, putting new countertops in. It's like even things that maybe they wouldn't think of, like just last week I had the customer come by and they had hinges on their cabinets that are visible and they show, and they wanted to make them to where that you can't see the hinges, so we we have a hinge machine. We bored out their doors and put a concealed hinge on it, and they painted their cabinets, and it looks like they got a new kitchen now. So anything like that. I mean, people come in all the time, hardware they can't find at Lowe's or Home Depot or something. We take the time with them to look through books and find what they need. So we're just kind of a hometown good service place.
Very good. That's our buddy. Yep, Richard Isaacs from Kingsport Cabinetry. A phone call away, 292-2854, and the quotes are free. That's what I like, and I love what you told me back during the Bristol Live show. You said, I want you to be happy, and other folks will give you quotes, but you do it and do it right, right?
That's right. We want to take care of people, and that's like I always tell folks. You can get what we sell anywhere, except, the same products and things like that. Everybody has cabinets. Everybody has countertops, all the building supply places, but find somebody you're comfortable with and you enjoy working with, because when you're tearing up your kitchen or building a new house, it's already stressful enough, so you don't need whoever you're working with to stress you out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I know my brother went through that, and it got real, let's just say got real tense at times when they were building a home. This is 15, 20 years ago. So, yeah, it can be a stressful situation, but I promise you, if you hang around Richard Isaacs, he'll take the stress right out of it because he's a great guy, great Christian man, and I appreciate his friendship very much. Ready to go with the quiz show, and we're going to be playing for Tiger Brooks today. Tiger Brooks, see if we can't get him a 5 for 5 here.
All right. Yeah, let's do it, buddy.
All right, let's see what we got here. Tiger Brooks getting a free oil change, American Import and Auto Repair, home of the free loaner car program. Also, we're going to throw in a free pass to get up on the mountain, the Base Mountain Park. Everything's going to be free. We get him there. And also a free haircut, get his ears lowered from Gator at Cherokee Barbershop. And if he goes 5 for 5, because it's Tiger Brooks, I'm going to throw in a gift certificate to the Cracker Barrel. How about that if he goes 5 for 5? So we'll see how this goes for him. Tiger's a dear friend of mine, and let's see if I can get him a 5 for 5. Richard, here we go. I'm ready for number 1.
All right, I'm pulling for you, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
We'll start off with a baseball here.
All right.
I'm going to start you off easy, okay?
I'm a nervous wreck.
Everybody knows Hank Aaron holds the all-time home run record.
Oh, no.
The record for all-time home runs is 755. True or false?
Oh, no. I just went a complete brain burp. 755. I'm going to say that's false. Oh, no.
Oh, I hope Tiger don't need an oil change.
Oh, no. I thought it was 757. Are you sure? I thought Barry Bonds said 757.
We'll let you look it up. If it's 757, we'll give it to you.
You're the expert. I'm apparently the stooge. You're the expert, so I missed that one. All right, go ahead.
Stupid question, right?
Yeah, every day they're getting more stupider, too. Go ahead.
Great question, because we were just talking about Barry Bonds earlier.
I know that. We're just talking about him. All right, go ahead.
Well, Barry Bonds is third on the list. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Here we go. Football question. All-Pro Jerry Rice, wide receiver. He played for your favorite team there for a little while. Played college football at San Diego State. True or false?
I have no idea. I'm going to say false.
Hey, good guess. He played for that powerhouse, Mississippi Valley State.
Okay. I didn't think he played for that one. That was a shot. That was a lucky shot. All right, I'm 1 for 2. Go ahead.
You're doing good. You're not bad. Okay. All right. In hockey, the term used for keeping an opponent restrained against the board is called checking.
True.
Very good.
There you go. All right, I'm 2 for 3.
2 for 3.
Yeah, stupid Barry Bonds question. All right, go ahead. All right.
All right. Number 4, true or false?
All right.
There are 32 Major League Baseball teams.
I have no clue. I've never counted how many baseball. 32 baseball teams. True.
That is false.
Okay.
No.
How many teams are there? 33.
30.
30.
30.
There's 5 teams in each. There's
Okay.
15 and 15 is 30.
All right.
There are 30.
2 for 4. Let's try and finish strong here. Go ahead.
I tell you, you're liking that number 8, aren't you?
There you go. Yes, it's hanging up every while.
Last question. Baseball. True or false? The all-time record for losses in a single season was in 1962. These numbers are accurate. The true or false is the team, okay? The all-time record for losses in a season was set in 1962 with 120 losses. The team that set that record is the New York Mets. True or false?
That's true. I got that one. That's true.
Very good.
Yeah, 3 for 5. Okay.
3 for 5.
Salvaged myself. Okay. You know, I've gotten to the point, Richard, every Tuesday morning I wake up and I start getting knots in my stomach because I know what's coming a little bit later on. It's like a butt whooping. I just know what's coming on Tuesdays. And so I was right out of the chute. I missed the Barry Bonds home run question. Are you sure it's not 757? I thought it was 757. Because Hank Aaron did 755, but he's not the all-time home run man. It's Barry. Well, I think he is, but the druggy guy Bonds, he did 757. I thought, but anyway.
Well, you might be right. My information may be incorrect.
No, I'll go with it. I'll go with it.
It'd still be 4 for 5, wouldn't
it? Still didn't win, so don't make any difference. So.
For a sports talk show guy, these are 2 softball questions that he missed.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So.
I love it.
Tomorrow we're going to be doing fashion and cooking starting tomorrow. No more sports. Tomorrow we'll be doing cooking and fashion.
Tomorrow you're going down again. Elvis is going to take you to the house.
Yep, there you go.
Did you put that 8 up with a permanent marker or what?
It's still there.
It's come off there, will it?
No, I talked to the oil change guy today. He said, we're stocked up on oil here because you haven't won anything for a while. So there you go.
Oh man.
That was a little embarrassing. So I missed the home run. What was the other one? Oh, how many teams are in baseball?
Yeah.
I've never counted them. Don't care enough. But, oh, boy, here we go. Somebody's calling. Oh, that's Coach Wagner. Okay. All right. Richard, you're the best, my friend. I appreciate you very, very much, and we will reconvene again soon. How's that? How about next Tuesday? Is that good?
That sounds good. I appreciate you. You always make my day.
Yeah, at my expense.
You make me feel better about myself.
At my expense. All right. Have a great day.
You know I'm kidding.
I know that. I love you to death. You have a great day. I'll talk to you next week, all right?
See you. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Oh, me, oh, my. Let's go ahead and go right back and get him on the phone here. While we got a chance, I want to get him on. It's Coach Wagner of the Dobyns Indians. We're running a little bit late and want to get him a call right now and see if we can't get him on the air. Here again, talking about the Indian big win over Sevier County. Quiz show didn't go well today. 3 for 5. Good Lord.
I could have told you.
I'm going to ask Coach Wagner. He'll know. We'll ask him here coming up in a minute.
He may not recognize the number.
May not recognize the number. He may think it's a pizza parlor somewhere calling him. So.
Hello.
Coach Wagner, Tom Taylor, how you doing, my friend?
Good. How you doing?
We are live on the air, and let me ask you a question. I just didn't do too good on the on the quiz show, the sports quiz show I do every week. How many home runs did Barry Bonds? What's the number of home runs? Is it 755? I thought it was more than that.
Can you believe it? I don't know that answer. We watched a little bit of 61 on the computer before we went down yesterday.
I thought it was.
I can't remember the total number he hit.
Yeah,
I really can't.
I thought it was 757, but anyway, I missed the question, and it's been embarrassing for the last couple of minutes.
What was the answer?
Did Barry Bonds hit 750? The number of home runs hit was 755, and I thought it was 757. So.
Oh, okay.
I've got it.
What's it say?
I didn't have that in my mind.
He set the career home run record with 762 homers.
There you go. So 755. I didn't think it was right.
755 was Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron. But all right. Anyway, I took care of that. We've got Coach Ryan Wagner live with us on the phone, the head coach of the Dobyns Indians. Coach, big win. You went down to Sevier County last night, beat a good Smoky Bear team. Tell me about it.
Well, just got off to a great start, really, Tom. We kind of knew it was important for us to have a really good ball club, a team we played probably 4 or 5 times over the last 3 years. A lot of good players. I think they got 8 guys that have signed college scholarships for next year. So it's a a team that really a big challenge for us to go down and play. And like I said, we started off good first inning with a 5-run inning, and obviously that helped the confidence of Jeb Lambert, who's been outstanding this year. He's 8-0, ERA under 2, and just we got an outstanding defensive effort too, and we made some plays in the outfield. Sammy Stewart made a couple great catches, and all those things lead up to big victories.
Yeah, I saw the article this morning about some of the kids making some big-time catches in the outfield, playing some great defense. Then you had a young man go long ball early in the ball game, kind of set the table. Tell me about that.
What happened is they got our leadoff hitter out, and then we got 2 hits back-to-back, and then we had a couple good at-bats. Just Maltz got a lead there, and all walk, and then Alex White came up, who's a senior, first-year starter, really worked at the game, made himself the player he is today, and got a 2-0 count, and we just try to teach, looking for that perfect pitch, and he got it, and it still may be going, Tommy. He hit it really well, and a 3-run homer put us up 5-0, and obviously just a big play in the ball game. We talk about getting big hits and situations where you got runners on, and he did that.
I had the privilege of calling your game when you played at Dobyns, and now you're the coach. You've been around this thing a long time. When you go on the road and win in a regional semifinal, winning on the road is huge, and that's got to be a big confidence builder for your guys coming back to Johnson City Wednesday night.
I think so. Obviously, we still got to kind of come back down to earth and get ready to play a good Science Hill team that obviously we've seen many times this year, and but it was, go down there and kind of an hour-and-a-half trip, take batting practice there, and kind of go through a little bit different situation than we have. And our guys know their guys and how good a team they were, so obviously it is a big confidence builder. I think just beating them over the last couple of years really kind of has helped set the stage with our mindset going into those games, and maybe work just opposite of that for them, even though they knew how talented they were. I don't know how confident they were. So it was big, Tom.
Absolutely. We're talking to Ryan Wagner, the baseball coach for Dobyns Bennett tomorrow night. Here we go again, playing the Hilltoppers again. How many times have you played them so far this season?
This will be the time. I thought.
How many times? I'm losing these.
In the regional finals since.
Yeah, we're losing the signal.
Yeah, he's cutting.
Times we've done one. They were regional. We played them. They best 3 this year, and we pretty good.
Hey, you're cutting in and out on me a little bit, Coach. I can't understand what you're saying. Let's try it again. You may want to move or step somewhere. And the signal was a little bit better a few minutes ago. Obviously on a cell phone.
Oh, 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, I want to get him by. Because this is
how about now, Tom?
Much better.
Yeah.
Much better. Thank you. So,
okay. Let me revert back to what I was saying. We played them. This will be the 5th time. All the games have been fairly close except the championship game. They got ahead of us pretty big, and then we kind of made it interesting at the end. But 2 fairly equal ball clubs. They've got a lot of good arm. They play really good defense. And just, basically get some big hits when they need to is what they kind of rely on. And that's what it's about this time of year. So we got to go over there with our A game and try to win that game, stay here Friday if we can.
Yeah, I guess at this point, you've played them 5 times. There's really no surprises. It's just a matter of who plays, I guess, error-free baseball, makes the least mistakes, and capitalizes on the other team's mistakes, right?
It is. We're not going to need much of a scouting report on them, and they're not going to need one on us. We know each other very well. And even teams you don't play a whole lot and don't know a lot about, you can kind of get a report on them. But when it comes to the game, it's a matter of the guys execute. And yesterday we did that. And, hats off to our senior-led team and the young guys that stepped up did good too. But yeah, tomorrow will just be about, basically throwing strikes, making the plays, kind of just what postseason baseball is about, little things, getting a big hit here or there. So hopefully we can get that done.
Before I let you go, set the stage for Friday for the fans out there listening. You play tomorrow night for the regional championship, then what happens on Friday?
Well, Hardin Valley and Farragut came through out of Knoxville and both are really good teams. We played both of them, and it's kind of helped us playing some of those teams the last few years to kind of get ready for this time of year. And if we win, we'll play at home. If we lose, we'll have to travel to Knoxville and play the loser or the winner of that game down there. Same thing for Seals. We'll both be playing Friday. Tomorrow's game is obviously for the region championship and for a home game Friday night.
Very good. Coach, I appreciate you. I know you're busy. I thank you for your time. You're doing a phenomenal job at Dobyns Bennett. Keep up the good work, and hey, I'll talk to you soon, all right?
Hey, thanks, Tom, for having us and all you do for the area, for sports, and just the community itself. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. A good guy. Class act right there. Ryan Wagner, the head baseball coach of the Dobyns Bennett Indians. Again, they're going to be playing for the regional championship tomorrow night. Cardinal Park against a good Science Hill team. And as you heard him say, for home field advantage on Friday night. Loser goes on the road to the winner of the Farragut-Hardin Valley game. And the winner tomorrow night will host the loser of that game. They'll come towards the Tri-Cities on Friday night. And, of course, the winner of that game on Friday in the sectional or sub-state will go to the state tournament next week in Middle Tennessee. Quick break. We'll be right back. Hour number 2. We're about to talk to a coach who's got a national championship team right here in the Tri-Cities. Pretty exciting stuff from Milligan College. He'll join us coming up next on the top.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check it out, Mom.
When you're really only covered for this. Or how you figured you're covered for this when you're actually paying for this.
Danger.
You might be surprised at what's hiding in your coverage. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
See what might be hiding in your coverage at farmers.com/gaps.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
A little past top of the hour. Welcome back to the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Tuesday, May the 12th, our 65th day together. We're in 10 states now. We appreciate that very much. And I know let's rattle off these 10 states when we get to our guests because we want to do that. Kansas, Louisiana, Georgia, California, South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina, Florida, Michigan, 10 states, and also Mexico. Connecticut's now in. That's a new one. Connecticut, Great Britain,
Mexico,
and Mexico,
Guatemala.
There you go. So how do you find us? Very easy. Livestream.com every day on this time from 1 to 3. Type in the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Tonight we'll be in TuneIn, iTunes, YouTube, and Stitcher. So we're all over the place. And we want to talk to a guy right now, a gentleman who is a coach of a national championship team here in the Tri-Cities, Coach Zack Nave from Milligan College. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
It's going great. How you guys doing?
Fantastic. Thank you. Milligan College cycling team crowned road race national champions. A lot of folks don't even know, Coach, you even have a cycling team in Milligan. Kind of step us through how many's on a cycling team and kind of give us an overview of a cycling program.
Yeah, the cycling program has grown in the last 2 years at Milligan from around 5 members to, I think we had 17 this year. So having 17 has taken a step up. We race 4 different disciplines, so racing mountain bike, cyclocross, track racing, which is what you see in the Olympics, and then road racing, which is what we just won for national championships.
Yep. And so step us through. I know it was in Asheville, North Carolina, and you had a couple of individuals that are very good. So when you road race, is it 100 laps, 20 laps? Is it heats? How does this work? How do you get to be a national champion?
Yeah, you do 3 different events. So you've got, well, it's actually 4. So in the team overall, you've got team time trial, road race, which is your distance races. You know, it's around 80 miles. I think the women raced right around 55, and the men were near 80. And it's laps. It was 25-mile laps with a lot of climbing because it was in Asheville. And then you have the criterium that was downtown, and that's based on time. So the men raced 70 minutes, and the women raced an hour.
Wow. So obviously, like an hour nonstop. Is there any breaks when you say you race an hour?
No. I mean, for the criterium, it's nonstop. It's in a downtown area with it's pretty technical. You got turns that had a really big hill to the start-finish line, so there's no breaks in that. It's full gas for the entire hour or 70 minutes, whichever group you were in.
Holy smokes. You got to be in superb shape to do this, to pedal a bike for 70 minutes or an hour nonstop as hard as you can go. We're talking again to Zack Nave, the cycling coach at Milligan College. So, crowned road race national champions. How many schools did you beat out to win that?
There were around 70 schools in the Division II races. So
now, does Milligan offer
70 schools?
Yeah, 70 schools. Does Milligan offer scholarship dollars to be on the cycling team?
Yes, sir. We're a varsity sport, so it's just like any other sport with scholarships.
I know I'm asking crazy questions, but I have to be honest. Is there high schools that have cycling programs, and where do you get these student athletes to come to Milligan?
They've got several throughout the country that are high school leagues, but most of the time they've got junior races. When you go out and you race, they have different categories of races. They also have a junior division. So getting in and racing, and I started racing, I don't know how many, 8 years ago, and you meet juniors and meet people, and that you just got to travel and go to races and meet people that way.
Interesting sport, I'm telling you. It's fascinating. The crowned road race national champions. They also have a mountain biking team as well at Milligan College. So are any Tri-Cities kids on the team? Because I don't think they have cycling in high schools here in the region. Is there any local kids on the team?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd say the most local individual that is on the team is Nolan Tankersley. He's from Irwin. So, we do have some local. We've got, Hendersonville, as close as Irwin, Hendersonville, Atlanta area, and then as far away as France and Australia and California. So we're pretty diverse in what, the people we have on the team.
We're talking to Zack Nave again, the cycling coach from Milligan College, national champion. So, what's up next now? School is out. Do you train them in the summer? Do they do a workout program in the summer? Do they race in different races in the summer? What happens now since school's out?
Yeah, this is actually the beginning of the race calendar year. So it's all the way through August for them in the summertime, racing for trade teams in the summer. So I try to keep in touch with them. I'll take several of them to races throughout the summertime, traveling with them and keeping in contact, making sure that everything's going well for them, and try to finalize the additions we've got for our roster next year, and try to repeat for next season.
Wow, that's awesome. Swimmers swim laps, runners run laps, cross country folks run. I guess if you're training for a cycling team, you just get on the bike and ride, right?
Yeah, get on the bike and ride some mileage.
Wow, that's amazing. This is fascinating. Before I let you go, I know you mentioned Nolan Tankersley, Miss Hansen and Miss Kukaz. Tell me about some of the youngsters that did well individually.
Yeah, I mean, we've got such a well-rounded team. I think a lot of times if you go to national championships and you have a top 25 finish or a top 15 finish, you really want to highlight that. And you could really highlight every individual on our team. I mean, we had a game plan going in on what we wanted to accomplish, and they just rode above and beyond. I mean, you can look at Nolan Tankersley got second in the men's overall, and then Loretta Hansen won the individual overall for the women. But at the same time, you have Hannah Swan that was right there outside the top 5 for that overall, and then Stephanie Kukaz that was right behind her, and then Morgan Miller, which has come a long way this entire season. So the women's team did great, and then the guys had 3 in the top 15 for their criterium alone with Johnny Mitchell and Jake King. I mean, it was just awesome to see. Seth Beanboss and Drew Bailey have really just been support riders for us as well. They just killed themselves all year long and put our guys in a great spot. So you can't really leave anybody off of that roster that's unimportant or more important than one or the other. It's just a really, really big team sport.
Before Before I let you go, again, we're talking to Zack Nave, the cycling coach in Milligan. This is fascinating stuff for me. The bike that they ride, how many gears, and do you buy one of those bikes locally? You have to special order the bikes?
We usually go through Hampton Trails Bikes. The guy is great. So he's got stuff in the shop. We do special order, but it's not something you can just go pick up at, any place. A lot of times the bikes will weigh, 15 to 17 pounds, a lot of carbon fiber. So a little pricey, but helps you go a lot faster than what you would just buy somewhere else.
And how many gears? How's it geared, I should say?
It's hard to tell. I mean, it's just 11 speed. You pick your cassette, so it's right around 23 gears or so. Wow.
It's not easy. It's phenomenal. The more I talk to you, the more exciting I get, because this is good stuff. And so these kids, student athletes, win the national championship. So what do they get? Do they get trophies, get ribbons? What did you guys get to bring home to Milligan College?
Yeah, they do jerseys for cycling. So we wear jerseys. They have pockets in the back, so you keep your food when you ride. But yeah, they Stars and Stripes jerseys, medals, and we got a pretty good-looking plaque to put up on the wall as well.
Awesome. Good stuff. So what do you do this summer now? Do you get away from it? Do you have cycling camps? What's Zack Nave do in the summertime?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to try to start training and race a little bit myself, along with travel, recruit, try to nail things down for this upcoming season. And we've got a camp coming up the 15th of this year. It might be smaller this year just because it's the first year trying to put it together. But we're trying to grow that as well, trying to bring people in kind of locally, kind of get into the sport and just grow cycling, period.
Yeah, this is my last question. I'll let you go. Cycling here locally, do you see an uptick in them? And you see more and more folks interested in cycling?
I think the team and kind of the exposure that we're having, not only obviously this radio show and then the newspaper and some of the success that we've had, has definitely drawn attention to us from the community. And you've got the Tweetsie Trail that's over going through Elizabeth and in Johnson City, trying to push it through Irwin. So that's really, really grown awareness to cycling, period. And then having us kind of on the upscale, not just for fitness, but racing. And, oh, man, this is a sport I can get into at an early age, and making that aware to local people and juniors that could be racing. So I think there's a couple different things that have grown the sport locally.
Neat stuff. I could talk to you all day long. I want to get you back on later on in the spring and summer and talk more about it. But, Zack, great job. Thanks to Daniel Monjay at Milligan to turn me on to the fact you are a national championship team here in Tri-Cities, Tennessee, with Milligan College cycling team. And, hey, good luck to you. I'm going to talk to you soon, all right?
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, super job, man. That is awesome. Zack Nave, the cycling coach from Milligan College. I'm not sure half the stuff he said, but it was impressive. Road race national champions, and some of the stuff, criterium, and all I heard was you get on a bike, you either have to ride for 70 minutes without stopping or an hour without stopping, as hard as you can go. And apparently they have them blocked off in downtown, I guess it was in Asheville. Downtown Asheville, and blocked off in the streets, and you kind of did time trials and all that, but you literally did not stop for 70 minutes on a bike. You think about that, that's or an hour. I mean, we've been on the air almost an hour and 18 minutes.
Yeah.
So roughly somebody gets on that bike and just goes as hard as they can go for an hour, nonstop. I mean, you got to be in shape to do that. So obviously these folks are. Loretta Hanson, Nolan Tankersley, Hannah Swan, Stephanie Kukas, hope I'm saying it right, Morgan Miller, Jake King, Drew Bailey, Johnny Mitchell, and Grayson Brookshire, some of the folks on the team that did well. National championships. That's cool. National champions, I should say, brought home the national championship to Milligan College, and that is a neat thing. So congratulations to Zack Nave and the folks at Milligan College. That's awesome. Love promoting the Buffaloes. That's a cool school, the orange and black of Milligan College. Neat place. Time now for the Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance Thought for the Day. Then we'll take a break. Here's the Thought for the Day from the Big Easy. And let's see, which one do I want to pick? You cannot change your life without changing your thoughts. You cannot change your life without changing your thoughts. Henry Ford once said, if you think you're right, if you think you're wrong, you're right. So, no, I'm sorry, that's not right. If you think you can, if you think you can't, you're right. There you go.
There you go.
You cannot change your life without changing your thoughts. If you think you can, if you think you can, it's all between your ears, you're right. You cannot change your life without changing your thoughts. So if you want to make a change, start thinking differently, thinking more positive, obviously. You cannot change your life without changing your thoughts. And that's the thought for the day from our buddy, the Big Easy, Larry Kaiser from Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance. 282-1389 is the number to call. I do want to tell you about the roadside assistance program they offer year-round. But, vacation season, typically June's the big vacation season, and folks will be heading out. And so if you are doing that and thinking, well, if you break down, am I going to have enough to do I have enough coverage to take care? If you break down, if you have a flat tire, if you run off the road, well, they have these Nationwide has the travel assistance packages. You can call them and ask about them. 282-1389 is the number to call. 282-1389. Call and ask Larry about how he can help you. The roadside assistance programs that Nationwide offers a basic and a deluxe, and they're a phone call away at 282-1389. We certainly appreciate him very, very much being with us here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And, again, the roadside assistance program, 282-1389 is the number to call. Coming up, we're going to check in with Jeff Birchfield in a few minutes, see what's going on. He'll be covering the All-Star race coming up this weekend, NASCAR. Also today, University High North Green Softball Regional Championship. He'll give you a preview of that. That's going to be played on the campus of East Tennessee State between North Green's Lady Huskies and the Lady Junior Bucks of University High. And also, I got to ask him about Brady, although I'm already tired of hearing about him. But he, as Horace said, he's right. He's getting more exposure now than he's probably ever gotten in his career, even though the guy's had a heck of a football career. But it seems to be the talk of the town, so we will have to ask Birchfield his take on that. All that coming up here in a few minutes. Quick break to hear from our folks at Mike's Medicine Mart and Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics and more. We'll have that for you right after you hear this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Kingsport Cabinetry installs cabinets and countertops all over the three-state region. Owner Richard Isaac says there is no charge for his quotes.
All of our quotes and drawings are free. I know a lot of the national chains, big box stores and stuff, and I understand they have to charge a price to come out and measure and do a quote, but here at Kingsport Cabinetry, we do all that for free in hopes that our service is good enough. I always tell people this, Tom. I say, you can go anywhere in this town and get a product like I have, but find somebody you're comfortable working with. If you're not comfortable working with me, find somebody you are comfortable working with. But I can guarantee you we'll give you the service. We have a full shop back here that we do custom work, and I'll just move on a little bit. We get into commercial work. We do a lot of commercial work, a lot of healthcare, a lot of restaurants, banks, schools, things like that too.
Kingsport Cabinetry. Call Richard Isaacs today at 247-6134.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
The savings continues the month of May at Mike's Medicine Mart in Kingsport. All Nature's Way product lines 20% off. Alive Calcium for healthy bone strength. Saw palmetto extract for healthy prostate support. Blood sugar products supporting healthy blood sugar levels. Vitamins, multi, vitamin C, B-complex, all 20% off the month of May. The entire product line of Nature's Way, 20% off the month of May. Make tracks to Max, Nature's Way product line, 20% off the month of May. Make tracks to Max at Mike's Medicine Mart, Center Street in Kingsport.
Oil is the lifeblood of your vehicle. Blaine Turner from American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City tells us an important role it plays.
Oil's actual number one job is for cooling your engine. Yes, you have your coolant and your coolant system, but oil actually is your primary coolant system. It pulls from heat from the hottest parts of the engine, and actually, has a higher velocity than, your coolant or anything like that. So no matter, when your engine hits those high temperatures, it's able to actually pull the heat out of there and help cool. As it pulls it out, it's a lot of wear and tear on it. So it gets dirty, it gets filthy because it's pulling the heat, pulling the dirt, everything like that. So it's very important to change it at the interval that it's due. If you have a standard oil, I would suggest 3,000. If you have a synthetic, I would suggest 6,000. Now, they do make different brands that go longer than that, but get with your mechanic and let them give you the information on which oil that is and whether your car's suited for that.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City. Call today at 913-3111.
I'm on it, man. I can play the drums. I'm telling you. I am Ringo reincarnate. Yeah, I can do it. I can play them drums.
Okay, if you say so.
Can you hear it? Can you hear that rhythm I got?
I don't hear nothing.
That wasn't very nice. It's not very kind to me.
I hear a lot of knocking on wood.
There you go. All right, let's move along here. Enough of that. All right, let's see what else is going on in sports. Let's see. We were talking earlier about, of course, Brady and what's going on up there with Belichick, or Belichick as they call him, or Shula calls him. Now, if you're a teammate of this guy, we went through this yesterday, but I want to get your take again. Delve into this a little bit more. If you're a teammate of somebody who knowingly cheated, and obviously he has, although he's not admitted that, but all the signs point to that. If you're a teammate of a guy that has done that, or lady, depending on what sport you're in, how much confidence, faith, trust, whatever adjective you want to use, will you have going forward to this guy or lady that was caught doing this? And potentially, they're not going to do anything to the team. And I guess they could go back and strip them of the Super Bowl. They're not going to do that. But how much confidence you have in that person when you reconvene starting training camp or in the preseason right into the regular season?
Well, from the players' point of view, most of the players that they've been questioning about it are keeping their mouth shut. They don't want to comment. Eli played the fence. He went both sides, evidently. But
Eli or Peyton?
Eli. Peyton
okay.
won't comment. He says Brady's a friend of his, and he's not going to say anything. So he shut the door to the media on that. Most of the players, I think, are behind him. Because this stuff has probably gone on for a long time in different venues, and the fact that the Patriots got caught at it, and of course they're under their microscope anyways, and the Jets can't stand them, and so somebody's going to rat on them if they do anything at all. So was it right? Did he break the rules? Yes. Like I said before, it's not so much the fact that they deflated the footballs. The outcome of the game was already not determined.
It was a blowout, wasn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't determined because the balls were underinflated. Okay, it was a convenience thing for Tom Brady. That's not the issue. The issue totally is the ethical and the moral side and the integrity of the sport. And most of these players, somehow, some way, in every position, they get away. I mean, there's holding on every play.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't get called. So I mean, the players are going to stand behind him. They're not going to criticize him too much, I don't think. Especially the team, his teammates. They're going to rally around the flag.
Yeah. So. All right. So, what kind of impact will this have on the team missing the first 4 games? If in fact it stays 4, you think it's going to be appealed to down to 2, but.
Like I said, they're going to rally around him, and they're going to rally around whoever's behind the center, and they're going to play that much harder to show the world that hey, we are the Super Bowl champs, and regardless of whether Brady's calling the plays or taking the snaps, it doesn't matter. We're going to go out there and whoop you. So they want Brady behind center, but they're going to rally. You're not going to see much of a
backlash.
No,
All right.
No.
All right. We'll see. I mean, I would think so. You'd already. Because it's interesting, you haven't heard any comments from any of his teammates.
No.
Either haven't interviewed them or they just haven't come forth and said anything, yay or nay. It's kind of been quiet on the set. I don't know if they've been told to be quiet or they just, as you said,
I'd say there's a lot of
they're
that
surrounding the wagons.
Yeah, but the media is what's generating this. And, of course, Goodell, he had no choice but to make a ruling, and he did what he did. And you can debate it all you want, whether it's strong enough or not strong enough, but it is what it is, and we'll go forward.
We'll go forward, exactly. Now, based on his ruling, does Goodell go up in popularity or down to folks in this country, or most people don't care?
A lot of people aren't happy with him. Period.
Yeah.
He botched the Rice issue, and like I said, I was watching the draft, and every single time he took to the stage, they booed him.
Really?
I'm sitting there going,
about the commissioner?
Yes.
Really?
When he came out on during the draft and came out to start the draft and make announcements on who's on the clock and announce draft picks, You know, the Chicago fans up there, they booed him.
Wow.
I mean, he's not well liked. Maybe that's just Chicago. I don't know, but I don't think he's been the best for the sport of NFL football as far as being the head. I think they could have done better.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see. Now, I got to ask, I didn't watch the draft. It couldn't have paid me to watch the draft. However, you did watch it. Yep. When Jameis was announced, or Mariota, the people, I mean, obviously there's people in the, I guess it's a regular crowd in the studio, right, where they have this at the ballroom.
There was a open venue there in Chicago, like a big park with a big stage, and they had, you know, it was.
But it was fans in there, right?
But you had fans and you had, you know, players and a little bit of everything. The first, 6-7 rows was nothing but media. But when they announced his name as the draft going in the first round as the first pick, it was kind of mixed emotions. I think I didn't hear a big whoopla, but there wasn't dead silence either. So.
Gator just said, I just did a shave on a new customer, and your show was on. He's now hooked on both, on his shave and on the show. Wonder which came first. That's good. Thank you, Gator. And he said a player got away with murder, and he did, Ray Lewis. Yeah. Nothing was done. That is exactly right.
That's exactly
I forgot about that. Good job, Gator. So, anyway, I just think it's sad commentary. Every day we come in here now and talk about goofballs doing crazy things and stupid things and dumb things and poor choice things. I was talking to a lady last night. She said, we always hear about the 2%. The 98% doing right things, good things. Don't ever hear about them anymore. So
that's not news.
Not news. All right, let's talk NBA for just a second. Last night it was Atlanta defeating Washington 106-101. That series tied 2 games apiece. Golden State defeats Memphis 101-84. That one now tied 2 apiece in the best of 7. Tonight, Chicago will be in Cleveland. Can the Bulls bounce back? I mean, LeBron took a dagger to their heart, shot that buzzer-beating shot to beat them. As time ran out on Sunday, can the Bulls in Cleveland? No, I don't think so either. Series tied at 2. Clippers will be in Houston. Clippers lead that series 3-1. Houston trying to stay alive and stave off elimination. My boys got beat, of course, and the Spurs got beat by the Clippers. So Clippers in Houston tonight, Chicago at Cleveland in the NBA. So that's what's happening there in the National Basketball Association. But I would think psychologically LeBron killed those guys. I mean, the way he did it, I mean, broke their back, broke their hearts, whatever, at the buzzer to win it in Chicago. So, I would think it would be tough for them to climb the mountain again and be ready to go. But, hey, they get paid big bucks to be a pro, so we'll see. I think we told you soccer. Let's bring it to you one more time today. AAA soccer semifinals. Sevier County at Science Hill at 7 o'clock. Dobyns Bennett travels to Morristown West at 7 o'clock tonight. In the single AA regional semifinals in soccer, Berean Christian at Elizabethton and University High will kick and play in Greenville against the Green Devils, again in soccer in the AAA, single AA regional semifinals. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come right back, and we will check in with our buddy Jeff Birchfield from the Johnson City Press, see what he's got on his mind about the All-Star race. I'll ask him about Brady and get that over with. And also we'll talk to him about the preview of the Regional Softball Championship. 1A coming up later on this afternoon, twixt University High and the Lady Huskies of North Green. All that coming up straight ahead here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no. Or that you could get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Tuesday, May the 12th. Let's go to the phones there. Our buddy Jeff Birchfield of the John City Press. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Doing well, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for checking in with us. I know you're a busy man. I won't keep you long, but let's jump in here and go. The All-Star race. Had Rusty Wallace on earlier in the program talking about how it's a sellout. There's so much energy, so much excitement. Do you find that to be true, or is the All-Star race, the NASCAR All-Star race, kind of run its course? What do you think?
I don't think it's run its course, but it is funny. Rusty would say that there was actually a story in the Associated Press today that we ran in our paper talking about how the last 10 years the All-Star race is a little bit of a dud, that it's not had the excitement of the great finishes like the Earnhardt, Bill Elliott passing the grass, or Rusty and Darrell Waltrip, when they had their scuffle. So, yeah, I mean, I think it needs to be mixed up a little bit. I know a lot of people suggested over the years Bristol Motor Speedway, would be a great place to host the All-Star race.
We're talking again to our buddy Jeff Birchfield. Yeah, and I had Dale Jarrett on a couple of years ago on Bristol Live, and he said the very same thing, how to rotate the race. Marcus Smith, Bruton's sons, come out and said, I'll lay $2 million on the table if NASCAR takes away all the rules and regs, just let him run. What do you think about that?
Oh, yeah, sort of a run what you brung. I mean, it's interesting concept if they do that. I mean, it would make it definitely a little more appealing to a few of the fans for sure.
We're talking again to our buddy Jeff Birchfield. So, big news this afternoon. Kyle Busch says he's back for the race this weekend. You think that's going to happen? Can he do it? Is he healed up? What do you think?
Well, I mean, he must be, feeling a lot better. He had been testing the late model last week, so, Kyle must be. I think he must feel ready to go. I don't think he'd take a chance otherwise.
Yeah, I don't think Gibbs would let him, but I still say he's come back too soon, but I'm not a doctor. It's not even been 90 days, and it's a pretty tough injury. But anyway, Kyle Busch is back this weekend, and so he'll be in the 18 ride apparently for the Charlotte Motor Speedway All-Star race. We're talking to our buddy Jeff Birchfield, and I guess, is there a need for an All-Star race? I mean, do we have to have one of these? Is it a PR move for the sport, or is it something?
Well, I mean, I remember when it was first came out as the Winston, back in the day, and for a long time, it was really one of my favorite races on the calendar. I mentioned there's two finishes with Dale Earnhardt and Bill Elliott, and the one with, Rusty and Darrell Waltrip. And then I think maybe the greatest finish in NASCAR history was that 92 All-Star race, the first time they ran a super speedway race under the lights. You had Davey Allison and Kyle Petty in the classic finish where Davey goes crashing across the finish line and wins the race,
I would agree with you. We're talking to Jeff Birchfield. So, in your humble opinion, why don't they rotate the race? Why do they always leave it in Charlotte? Hello? Oh.
Are you still there, Tom?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Tom. You still there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, yep. Why do you think they keep it in Charlotte? Why don't you think they rotate the All-Star race?
Well, a lot of people will say, they tried moving it for 1 year. The second year they had the All-Star race, they moved it to Atlanta, and there wasn't a very big crowd for it. And Charlotte is home, to about all the NASCAR teams. I mean, either Charlotte or Winston-Salem, they're all within about, 90 miles of there, other than Furniture Road team, which is based in Colorado. But, so it's a home race and sort of just a big event in May, sort of rivals Indianapolis in one way, with the Indy 500 and all the tradition up there at the Indy cars. You have like 10 days of racing there at Charlotte with the All-Star race dirt track racing, truck series racing, Xfinity series, all kinds of racing around there.
We're talking to Jeff Birchfield, sports writer for the Johnson City Press. The All-Star race coming up again on Friday night. They've got a 5-segment race, and, of course, Friday night is the Sprint Showdown. Those 2 winners get into the race on Saturday, and then the fans vote for that third driver to get in to make it a 20-driver field. Do you like that format?
I like it overall. I mean, usually a lot of times the fan vote will be a little predictable. I think last year there's a little bit of a monkey wrench with the Josh Wise thing, but, normally you have somebody like Danica or, like that's not in there that gets voted in. I know Dale Jr. was sort of lobbying for Martin Truex Jr., before last week's race at Kansas, saying, he's running so well this year that he really deserves to be in the All-Star race.
We're talking to Jeff Birchfield of the Johnson City Press, so that's coming up again this weekend in Charlotte. Got to ask you about the big sports story, Tom Brady. What's your take? Severe enough penalty, not enough penalty? What do you think?
I think it's a severe enough penalty. I think, before it's all said and done, I don't expect him to be out a full 4 games. I really think they'll appeal that and probably only be 3 games at the very most, and maybe I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist on that, but, I'm thinking, well, the Cowboys and Patriots play in that week 4, and, that's a big game, all at the TV ratings and all, so, you would think that they would probably want to have Tom Brady in the game for that particular game. The NFL is the league I'm talking about.
So some folks say he should be suspended for the whole season. You obviously disagree.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I guess part of the thing with Tom Brady, that comes across like politicians sometimes for the cover-ups, as bad as the actual crime itself, the way he's sort of the I know nothing, after, his first question about it and all. But, it's interesting, a lot of the other quarterbacks have been pretty silent on that. I know, some of the media was trying to goad Peyton Manning into his opinion on it, and he wouldn't offer an opinion, and I really haven't heard any of the other big-name quarterbacks say anything about that either.
Again, we were talking a few minutes ago. We're talking to Jeff Birchfield. Horace and I were talking. I find it odd that none of his teammates have either come out against him or come out for him. You think he'd been told to be quiet, or they just don't have anything to say, or they're just kind of laying low?
I think they're kind of laying low, and, you never know as far as the team, they probably don't want them to say, a lot. I mean, it's probably don't want to have more people involved in that and all, than already are. So, it doesn't really surprise me that there would really not be saying anything at this point.
We're talking to Jeff Birchfield again from the Johnson City Press. He covers NASCAR. He also covers high school softball. Kind of give us a preview tonight. University High, or actually this afternoon, University High and North Green go at it for the regional championship. Kind of set the stage for that game, would you please?
Yeah, sure will. I mean, those 2 teams played just a couple of weeks ago at ETSU's Betty Bassler Field for the Watauga Valley Conference Championship. UH rallied in the last inning to win that one, so expect it to be a really competitive game again. This time it's regional championship. Of course, the winner will get a home berth in the sectional, and the loser will have to go on the road. But I know it should be a really competitive, entertaining game. I know North Green's got a really big power hitter in Tally Bailey. She smacked a big-time home run last time they played. And then last night, actually, UH had a couple pitchers that combined for a perfect game. Lexi Carruthers pitched 4 perfect innings, then Molly Cohey came in and pitched the final inning for them.
Pretty impressive stuff. So, again, they're playing for the regional championship, which means they'll be playing in the sectional come Friday. And then, of course, tomorrow night you've got Science Hill and Dobyns back at it. We talked to Coach Wagner a few minutes ago from DB, so they're back at it tomorrow night in the AAA regional championship. AA still to be decided. Unicoi County's got to play tonight. They got rained out last night, but they'll play south somewhere. So it's kind of shaping up in baseball and softball for the sectional and the sub-state, or the sectional and or the sub-state. I've heard them called both. And, of course, the goal is to get to the state tournament next week. And who do you think out there can make it down to the big show?
I definitely think Unicoi County softball, I think, is probably the strongest team in this area. I think they've got a shot of actually making it, and once they make it down there, making some real noise. I mean, they've got a couple players in their lineup that are just fantastic players. I know Tiffany Lawrence for Unicoi County, she's our 2-time Johnson City Press Player of the Year, and then her teammate Taylor Wright was out last year with an injury, so a lot of teams were able to pitch around her, and now that she's back in the lineup, you can't pitch around either one of those two girls because, then you're still got a bat there that will hurt you.
Again, we're talking to Jeff Birchfield, so it's at 3:30 this afternoon, is that right?
Yeah, 3:30 this afternoon, a little less than an hour from now, and then also next week, Doug Fritz, that I work with Johnson City Press, and me will be going down to the spring fling, in Murfreesboro and covering like all the state championship events. So should be a good time there as well.
So we can talk to you next week. You'll be down in Murfreesboro, right?
Yeah, sure will.
Awesome.
One team I think down there besides Unicoi County softball mentioned, definitely think that the Science Hill soccer team, if they're able to break through, they've made 2 state finals in the last 4 years, and another team, Daniel Boone Track, I covered them winning the sectional this past weekend. Of course, they won the cross-country state championship back in the fall, but I think they've got a legitimate shot of winning the state track and field championship as well.
There you go. Lots going on. Of course, it'll start again today. They got 2 games to make up, Unicoi County Granger, and also the as you mentioned, University of High North Green games will be made up because they got rained out yesterday. Jeff, great report, my friend. Thank you as always. And, hey, we'll talk to you next week from Murfreesboro, all right?
All right. Sounds good, Tom.
Yeah, super job, our buddy Jeff Birchfield from the Johnson City Press, and he does a great job, and we thank him very, very much for that. Following up on NASCAR, right now, second in the points, and, of course, this is a non-points race this weekend, is Martin Truex Jr. and at Furniture Row Chevrolet, and had a chance to ask Martin Truex Jr., said, are you knocking on the door to a victory?
Yeah, I think we're, obviously I think we're getting closer. We ran second in Vegas, but, we didn't quite have the speed compared to especially, Kevin there as we did this week. And I felt like we were more competitive this weekend than we've been. We've been, consistent, top 5 to top 10 car. If we can keep doing that and keep finding little things here and there to try to close that gap and keep being consistent, putting ourselves in position, I feel like we can win some races. We've got a great team. We've got everything we need to do it. And we've got a lot of confidence, so just got to keep getting in that position and try to close the deal.
There you go. Non-points race this weekend into the Coca-Cola 600 week after next Memorial Day weekend. And, again, currently second in points and having a great year. Martin Truex Jr., that 78 Furniture Row Chevrolet. Again, it's interesting because it's the only team that's out of the immediate Charlotte area. They're based out of Colorado, and so they fly back and forth. And so there's a lot of travel involved because your team's not in the immediate Charlotte area like the rest of them. And so they're doing well anyway as they're second in points, Martin Truex Jr. Well, here's a big sports story breaking here this afternoon. Fans have started a website to help the Patriots pay that $1 million fine. Isn't that great? Isn't that nice? Fans are starting a website.
Like they can't afford it. Like they can't afford it.
Give me a break.
But you know what? There'll be a bunch of buffoons up in the Northeast that'll throw some money in there, I tell you.
Fans starting a website to help the Patriots pay the $1 million fine. Unbelievable. Send it to the Tom and Horace Gas Fund. Do not send it to them. Yeah. They got plenty of money up there. Robert Kraft knows folks. Send it our way. We'll take it. So, fans start a GoFundMe site to help Patriots pay $1 million fine. Wow. That is and Tom Brady's agent is ripping the integrity of the National Football League. Isn't that great? His agent, Brady's agent, ripping the NFL for lack of integrity.
Is that not ironic?
Man, you're talking about oxymoron. Good grief. So, what do you get? The team that has everything, including 4 Super Bowl titles. If you're a Patriots fan unhappy with the NFL's decision,
send them some more money.
Find the organization $1 million for Deflategate. You fire up a GoFundMe page to help offset the cost. And so, because we all know there's no way a team reportedly worth $2.6 billion can handle what we can imagine to be pocket change. Oh, boy. So, that is unbelievable. They are paying. The fans are setting up. You think the Patriots give it rip because of fans? Because they can write a check for me like I can hand you a $20 bill. You kidding me? No. But anyway, so it just doesn't stop. Now, got another story coming right now. This one doesn't go away either. Mayweather, Pacquiao. 4.4 million pay-per-views, smashing records all over the place. These guys made $400 million in revenue just from pay-per-view. Forget the purse of the fight.
Yeah. And it wasn't worth it.
No.
Wasn't even close.
May 2nd pay-per-view fight obliterated the old record for buys, drawing 4.4 million pay-per-views, generating over $400 million in revenue. The old record set by Mayweather when he fought Oscar De La Hoya back in May of 2007. And so that brought $71,400 million just on the pay-per-view. I don't know how they break it out, but you got to know they're going to be somebody's making some money.
Well, what gets me is they didn't pay the fee to watch Mayweather. They paid it to see Pacquiao, and Pacquiao beat Mayweather. Everybody knows Mayweather's going to run from everybody. He's a defensive fighter.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to tie you up. He's going to back off. He's going to go into the ropes. He's not going to be on the offensive. He's going to be on the defensive. And they wanted to see Pacquiao, who is an offensive fighter, lay it in, to Mayweather, and it didn't happen. So, I mean, waste of money.
Now, Leonard Ellerby counters everything you just said. CEO of Mayweather Promotions says it shows how popular Mayweather is with the fans.
No.
So, anyway, they generated $400 million in revenue just pay-per-view. Now, what was the purse? The purse was
I don't know.
$100 million, wasn't it?
Well, that depends on, all the purse could fluctuate. Depends on.
Well, I think this is over and above is what I'm saying.
Well,
this is a different category, pay-per-view.
I think Pacquiao was going to bring in 160, 170 million. I can't remember what it was. So Mayweather's going to top that.
Wow, unbelievable. So anyway, that's the very latest. They drew 4.4 and what was it, $100 a pop to watch it.
Oh yeah, for pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And for like Buffalo Wild Wings, they were going to charge Buffalo Wild Wings $5,100 a restaurant to show it in Buffalo Wild Wings. So they backed out, except for a few stores. But if you wanted to show it in your sports bar, it was $5,100.
I didn't miss a thing, did I?
No.
I was watching Lonesome Dove on DVD. I didn't miss a thing. And popped some popcorn and just had a big time.
Yeah.
$100, 4.4 million pay-per-views, $400 million. All right, quick break. Come right back or take our final timeout. We'll come back and take a look at post-spring top 25 in college football. Who is the number one team in the land after spring football practice? They know they even ranked them this time of year, but I guess for something to do, they do, and they have, and we'll tell you who the top 10 is and are. Coming up next year, top 10 in college football after spring camps, right after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Kingsport Cabinetry installs cabinets and countertops all over the three-state region. Owner Richard Isaacs tells us how they can do a lot of things, including light remodeling.
We can do a lot of what I would call light remodeling. We don't want to build a room addition, but we don't care to take down a wall and move some electrical and change some plumbing and things like that to fit. If you're doing a new kitchen, you're tearing it out, a lot of times you want it to be a little different than it was before. Maybe the layout a little different, incorporate a bar or an island or something like that. So we offer a lot of service that I don't think that you'll find everywhere else.
Quotes are free. Been in business almost 30 years. They do both residential and commercial cabinets and countertops. Call today, 247-6134, 247-6134, Kingsport Cabinetry.
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of their patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from a patient mold insert, which further ensures a great recovery or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 4 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics at 1-800-524-4447.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thank you for being with us on this Tuesday. We've been together 65 days, 14 weeks. We're in our 14th week. We want to say hello to Tommy Alderman, watches all the time. Hello, T.O. Also, Tiger Brooks, who played the quiz show for me today, didn't do well. Maybe tomorrow I'll do better.
No.
Nah, didn't do well at all. But I was right on the baseball quote. Gator sent me the question, and it was
762.
762. So I knew that was, but I still didn't go 5 for 5. But tomorrow, I'm doing Elvis trivia tomorrow. All by Elvis singing. I'm gonna move that 8 till 9 tomorrow. You wait and see. It's in the cards. I just feel it. As Rick Spivey used to say, we used to do ball games ago. He said, "Taylor, I just feel it's in the karma." So tomorrow I'm going to move it, babe. Moving the number. I want to say hello to a young lady listening in the hills of eastern Kentucky, Miss Liz Ann Hamilton. Hello, young lady. We appreciate you. Says watching your show on live stream now. So hello, thank you for doing that, and we appreciate that very much. We're going to showcase. She's got a daughter. I'm going to give you a quick story about this young lady, Taylor Geese. I think folks would tell you that sing for a living, one of the toughest things to sing. Which song do you think would be?
The national
you
anthem.
got it. This lady, back in the day, Dobyns Bennett, nailed it. I mean, she nailed it. She's now in Nashville as a singer. And so we've got a copy of her national anthem. We're going to play that. In fact, we're going to talk to her on Thursday. She's a local young lady, done good, used to sing a lot of different ball games and sporting events. So, and her mama's top shelf, and she is as well. So we're going to talk to her Thursday and then play the national anthem. But remember the time, see, who was it just butchered it? My father, God rest his soul, the one that's on TV.
Roseanne
Barr.
Barr.
Yeah, Roseanne. He was mad till the day he passed away. Of course, being a Marine, he said she, made it a national disgrace.
She didn't sing. She cackled.
Yeah. He said, man, I can still remember him being mad over that. So it's not easy to sing. She does a very good job at it, and we're going to talk to her coming up for a few minutes on Thursday from Nashville. So looking forward to that. And let's see, we're getting more. And Richard just said, sorry about the incorrect info on the home run. It didn't make a difference. I still missed it.
755 was Hank Aaron.
But that wasn't his question. The question was about Barry Bonds, but I still missed the number of baseball teams. Here's a guy doing a sports show. I could have sworn it was 32. It's 30 pro baseball teams, right?
Yeah.
Major League teams. Anyway.
You got your
anything
Eastern, Western, Central divisions, and you got 5 teams in each.
Well, see, I was actually thinking about the NFL when they started thinking about it, but I still got it wrong to make a difference. So, anyway, here we go. Top 10 teams in college football after spring football practice. We'll start with 10 and go up. How about that? Do you think you know who the number 1 team is?
Alabama.
All right, so here we go. Starting number 10 after spring practice. Number 10 is the Georgia Bulldogs. Love Mark Richt, great Christian coach.
Now, how do they rank these teams?
I don't know.
They haven't even played one.
I have no clue. That's what I'm sitting there thinking.
This is hogwash.
This is something for me to sit there and talk about. Yeah, that's exactly right. Number 9, give me some taters. That's exactly right. That's all this is about. Number 9 is Florida State. Number 8 is South Carolina. I'm sorry, Southern Cal. Number 7 right now is Auburn. They're saying they got to be better with the addition of the coordinator, Will Muschamp. I don't know. So they're number 7. I don't even know who does this. I don't know who's rating these folks. Guess I should check. Number 6 is Michigan State. Number 5 is the Baylor Bears. Number 4 is the Alabama Crimson Tide. Number 3 right now after spring football practice is Oregon. Number 2 is the Horned Frogs of Texas Christian.
Interesting.
And the number 1 team in college football after spring practice would be the Buckeyes of Ohio State. So there you go. Now, let me see where this came up, where they came up with this at. We're about out of time, by the way. Doesn't say.
A lot of credibility there.
Yeah, a couple of schmucks just announced, let's do this. And
I question Baylor being in the top 10.
Yeah. Let's see. CBS Sports staff did that. Okay.
CBS, there's your answer.
Tennessee got ranked 24th. How about that? So that's an improvement. That didn't happen in a long time. Where are my boys at? Where's the Thundering Herd of Marshall University?
52nd.
Yeah. I wasn't very nice. It was not very kind to say that.
I'm probably close to being right.
I don't like you. Actually, I do, but don't tell him that. All right, before we go, let's run down for you one more time what's going on tonight in soccer. Sevier County plays at Science Hill, Dobyns Bennett at Morristown West, and AAA soccer in the regional semifinals. Also tonight, Berean Christian at Elizabethton, and University High at Greenville in the single A, double A soccer. Softball got rained out last night, so Unicoi County playing Granger. 1-0, that's suspended and picked back up tonight after being rained out last night. And let's see, baseball got rained out, Unicoi County and Granger in baseball. They'll play that one in its entirety tonight to determine the winner to play Sullivan South for the regional championships. We'll have to play that one tonight. And then also today, no rainouts, but a regional championship at stake in softball today. University High and North Green at 3:30, which is coming up in just a few minutes. That's being played on the campus of East Tennessee State University. So we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Back at it tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Tomorrow, let's see what we got tomorrow. Bristol Dragway getting ready to give away tickets to the Thunder Valley Nationals. Going to start qualifying, folks. My buddy Dr. Barry Walton from Axe Medicine will be on tomorrow. Greg will be in for the Reds report coming up. Greg Salyer out of Johnson City. Tommy Wyman and the Apester doing the Elvis quiz show for me tomorrow. What did I do last week? 1 for 5?
1 for 5.
And I thought I knew Elvis. I was terrible at Elvis. Did not do well. No. So we'll do that tomorrow. All that coming up again on the Wednesday edition of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thank you again for watching and listening, and we'll give it a whirl tomorrow again at 1 o'clock. Hit the music awards. We're gone. As always, we'll remind you, win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks to Bracken Paving, Center Street Wealth Management Group, our buddy Greg Taylor, Wells Fargo, Bays Mountain Park, Max Medicine Mart, Cherokee Barbershop, Bristol Motor Speedway and Dragway, American Import and Auto Repair, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, Book Lovers Warehouse, Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance, and Kingsport Cabinetry and Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. See you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We're out of here. So long, everybody. Thanks for watching the Tom Taylor Sports Show.